Oh, I was muted. I'm sorry. And welcome on into another episode of Getting Well with Terry, free NHL picks. I am Terry, ready to break down today's slate of 2 games that we have. Yes, the Wild jerseys are back on the wall after my 1 day of anger. The jerseys are back on the wall. And I actually have a video coming. So for the Wild fans on the channel, I have an in-depth video coming looking at all the Wild's prospects and why Wild fans should be excited for the future. So that'll be coming out sometime within the next few days. A lot of prospects, a lot of good prospects to research. So that video will be coming out in the future. Isaac says, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I remember, the Wild beat the Stars in a shootout the first game of the year, and then the Stars won the second time covering the puck line. Yes, Minnesota won in the shootout against Dallas in Dallas, and then Dallas won 4-1 in Minnesota later on after that. And they did cover the puck line, yes. McDavid, no goal, -110, cashed. There we go. Avalanche are trash, though. I obviously, this comment makes me smile seeing that, but I wish I could agree with it. They're trash. They were trash last night when it comes to scoring. That definitely didn't happen. But yeah, I can't say that they're trash as much as I'd like to. Richie already smashed a like, as you always do. Thanks, Richie, as always. Pens waddle in the snow. There we go. And Richie says Stars, Terry. Stars. We will get to that game, but I don't think it'll be too big of a surprise on where I'm going in that game, but we'll get to it. First off, we will take a look at the standings as we usually do. The Metropolitan is pretty much the same since yesterday. I don't really think anything changed. Same with the Atlantic. It is the same. Tampa Bay lost in overtime. So 2 pretty bad games for Tampa Bay coming out of the break. They got smashed by Florida in their first game and then lost to San Jose in overtime in their second game. So not a good start for Tampa Bay coming out of the break. I know Tim Earl is so happy to hear that because we were talking in the group chat that we have yesterday that if Buffalo can sneak into that 3rd spot in the Atlantic, they'd get to face Toronto in the first round. And we all know what happens to the Leafs in the first round of the playoffs. So we'll see what happens there. But looking at the wild card spot, Buffalo's not even in one right now. Washington in the first spot, 60 points. Pittsburgh with 59. The Islanders are also tied with 59. Buffalo down with 56. Florida with 56. And then Ottawa, Philadelphia, Detroit, Montreal, and Columbus rounding out the bottom of the Eastern Conference. In the West, in the Central, things are exactly the same here. Dallas in first, Winnipeg in second, Minnesota still holding the third spot in the Central. In the Pacific, Vegas with their big win in Nashville moved into first in the Pacific. Seattle in second, LA in third, 1 point separating the top 3 teams. And then 2 points separates Edmonton from the top 3 teams in the Pacific. Colorado in the first wildcard spot. Calgary tied with 58 as well. And then it kind of drops off there, 4 points with Nashville. And then it drops off again, another 5 points with St. Louis. So as of right now, obviously lots of games to go. But if we're looking at it right now, it's basically Nashville, Calgary, Colorado, Edmonton, Minnesota, the Pacific teams all fighting for a playoff spot. St. Louis is faltering out there with 9 points out. So Vancouver continues on, San Jose, and then Arizona, Anaheim, and Chicago at the bottom of the Western Conference, which I don't think surprises anybody. I will bring up the first game, and then we'll go to the comments here. Damn, Lightning pissed me off last night. They blew that game. Yes, you had the over in Tampa Bay. as your best bet, and you were close going to overtime, but the Lightning just haven't played too well since coming back from the All-Star break. So that's something to keep in mind. That's right. The Sharks won. IceX had Sharks team total over 2.5. Nicely done. Give us Toronto. Hey, there you go. Toronto sweeps Buffalo. Yeah, maybe in the regular season, possibly IceX, but not in the playoffs. That's for sure. I'm waiting for Saturday for the NHL to start back up. Wow, the Sabres don't play till Saturday. That's a long break. That's interesting. Like, that's a long break. Sharks money line plus 200. Amadio plus 450. Anytime goal scoring was the best to happen to me last night. Great job, Richie. That's awesome. I took a picture of Tim golfing earlier. There we go. Isles for the cup. In your dreams, Nick. In your dreams. The Isles are playing well. They are playing well, but let's see them do that consistently because they've done that previously in the year, but haven't really been able to do it consistently. But looking at this game here, we have the Vancouver Canucks and the New York Rangers. Vancouver plus 190 to plus 209. The Rangers minus 222 to minus 250. 6.5 right across the board in this game. Looking at this game, I'm taking the Rangers on the puck line. Yes, it's around plus 100. That's kind of my cutoff. I want it at plus money at least. But the Rangers are rolling. The Canucks are pretty awful when it comes to stopping the puck. The Canucks are really awful. Keeping that in mind, looking at what the Rangers have been doing lately, there's one player, Philip Scheidel. I know I'm not pronouncing his name correct, but he has been on fire. 6 goals in his last 4 games. His last 3 games, he has a 50% shooting percentage. So getting 2 goals on 4 shots, that's incredible. And now he gets to face Vancouver's defense and Vancouver's goaltending. So I like Scheidel. Anytime goal at plus 170. I'm also on the Rangers on the puck line, plus 105. I think they take it to the Vancouver Canucks in this one. Canucks money line. All right. Tim says Canucks money line. Shocking that he's going against Eastern Conference team. Pass for Nick. Happy Wednesday, Terry. Let's go. Nice to see you, Kev. And then Richie likes Rangers team total over 3.5. What is that at? Because that, we'll actually take a look. Rangers team total over 3.5 is, minus 145, minus 149. So it could be used for a best bet if anybody wanted to, but a little bit out of my price range. I would probably do something more like Rangers money line and over 5.5. Parlayed. That's probably something that I would do in this game. Mika Zibanejad under 3.5 shots on goal. Interesting. Under 3.5 shots on goal, minus 138. Minus 135. Oh, so you got it for a much better price. I'd like it much better at that price. We'll get into the second game, the last game, and then we'll obviously get to the best bet segment. And we'll do that right now. Minnesota and Dallas in this game. The Wild plus 116 to plus 125. Dallas minus 133 to minus 145. Sixes and 5.5s, mostly 5.5s in this game. So I was pretty honest in my opinion of what happened against Arizona with the Wild. I did not watch the game, so I cannot comment on exactly how they lost to the Coyotes in regulation when they had a 2-1 lead in the third period. But regardless, that happened, and I'm not impressed with that performance. Now they're coming out here, second game after the All-Star break, so I'm not going to use that as an excuse. But obviously, this is the second game after the All-Star break, facing a division rival here in the Dallas Stars. Dallas is pretty pricey here if you're looking at them on the money line. I like the draw in this game. As IceX mentioned earlier on in the year, or earlier on in the show, The Dallas and Minnesota have went to overtime lately. 2 of the last 3 games of Minnesota going to Dallas have gone to overtime. The Wild have won 3 of their last 4 in Dallas. This has been a very heavy home series. So the home team has done very well throughout this series in the past. But we're starting to see things are kind of moving here. Things are kind of changing. Dallas is starting to win in Minnesota. Minnesota is starting to win in Dallas. So things are kind of switching around there when it comes to that. I like the draw in this game. Dallas has been a great draw team for the last few years. And I think this is a good draw spot. Because the Wild have moved up to plus 125, I did sprinkle on them as well on the money line, just because of the price. But because I think if this game goes to overtime, obviously I think it's a great price for the Wild if the game does go to overtime. So Wild money line and draw for me in this one. Kirill Kaprizov under 3.5 shots on goal, minus 122. And then you like Stars to win in regulation, plus 114. I don't know about that one. Minus or 1-800 Gambler. Yeah, you're funny, Isaacs. You're funny. Nick is making the Wild his best bet. I don't feel too good about that, Nick. Of course, you're going to do that to my Wild bet. No, I'm kidding. Richie likes the Stars. Hey, it's very possible. I just think they're a little pricey. That's all. Kaprizov anytime goal. All right. We'll post my best bet later. I'm in the car right now. Good luck, everyone. Yes, Crystal, no problem. People watching the show that haven't watched the last couple of days, the best bet segment is now open to everybody. So everybody can put in their best bet. You don't have to. So today, like Nick says, there's tons to choose from today. You don't have to put in a best bet if you don't want to. Only I have to, sadly. I'm the only one that has to. Wild lost to the Yotes / Stars. Wild lost to the Yotes and Stars went to overtime against the Ducks, so you're passing. All right. Hee. And then Tim's best bet is going to be West Virginia. Virginia -3 in college. All right. And if you can get me odds for that, that would be nice. If not, I can look after. Choose my side. All right. So we will get to the best bet segment. And first, we'll start with looking at what happened yesterday. Me and Richie both cashed our best bets. I got the over 6.5 in Tampa Bay, San Jose. As soon as I saw Kakinen was confirmed, it was easy choice for my best bet. That cashed. Richie cast the Sharks plus 1.5. The Avalanche really let down Brian and Tim. The Predators didn't even show up for Nick. And then Crystal, sadly, with Tampa Bay losing in overtime. And then Kev was unlucky in his parlay as well. So not the best day for best bets. But that's why we come back today. And it's a new day. All right. So you were just passing, and now your best bet is Stars minus 1.5. Are you sure, Icex? Because you were just passing about 30 seconds ago. So let me know for sure. Minus 110 for Tim. All right. All right. And then we will go into today's, or we'll look at the standings first. Let me do that. So the current standings, Icex in first, up 1.64 units. AJ's in second. Richie and Crystal tied for third. I'm there in fifth. Nick in sixth. And then it goes down there. Tim, J Stone, Brian G, and Kev all at the bottom currently, but lots of time to move up. All right. Best bet is first to 5 shot on goal, Rangers. Okay, let me get that in here. And don't at me. Yes, don't worry. Not tagging anybody. But if people do win their best bet and you want to share it out yourself, you're totally fine to do that. So New York Rangers, first to five shots on goal in the first 10 minutes. So they have to get five shots on goal before Vancouver, and they have to do it in the first 10 minutes. Is that correct? That is a lot. Minus 120. Right. All right. And yes, you're very sure. All right, cool. Dallas Stars. It's 1.5 for ISX. All right, so there's the current standings, and then getting to today's best bets. Mine is Philip Scheidel, anytime goal, plus 170 for the New York Rangers. I'm going to goal scoring prop today for my best bet. Nick already said he is going Minnesota wild money line, which you can get for plus 127. Tim, West Virginia -3 in college basketball. And then ISX Dallas Stars -1.5. And Toby, Rangers first to 5 shots on goal in the first 10 minutes is what we're looking at for today. I appreciated that novel. Yeah, basically that's what it is. But no, hey, it fits in there. It fits in the screen pretty well. So that works. But that is today's show. A bit of a smaller show, only 2 games. But appreciate everybody coming on in. If you are new or if you are returning, haven't watched in a few shows, feel free to add in your best bet in the comment section on the show after it's done. Your best bet has to be -150 odds or better. As I said, you can post them in the comments after the show is done. You can't change it unless the show is on, but that won't really matter because the show is about to end here. It has to be one of the main sports or a college sport. You can do 2-team parlays, and the standings are reset at the end of each month. And as I said, it's open to everyone. So anyone who wants to put in a best bet, feel free to do that. And Richie is going to go with Dallas and Minnesota first period over 1.5. All right, so you like some goals early, -125. All right, for Richie. All right, for your best bet. Awesome. That is today's show. Best of luck to everybody on your bets today. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, hit the like button. Appreciate all the support. And we'll be back tomorrow for another episode of Getting Wild with Terry, free NHL picks. Best of luck tonight, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.